I'm here in Moorhead, Minnesota. This is Soul Avenue Kitchen.
Plating up 2 Cubanos.
Soul Avenue is global street food with a Midwest interpretation.
What they brought to the community is not your standard run-of-the-mill stuff.
We're gonna make the chicken fried sandwich.
I'm gonna make the batter to go on them. Boneless chicken thighs. Start off with an egg, buttermilk, flour, pepper, salt.
Hot sauce.
It's gonna marinate overnight.
Dig it.
We're gonna make our dredge: flour, salt, black pepper, white pepper, cayenne, smoked paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, baking powder.
Out of the marinated buttermilk batter into the dry.
Drop it in the fryer for the first time at 300 degrees. Bring it up and let it rest. And then we're gonna fry it again to finish the cooking and make it a little more crunchy.
All right, what else is going with this?
We're gonna do some lime aioli.
Hit it.
Mayo, lime juice and zest, roasted garlic, sugar, white pepper, salt, and blend.
Let's build the sandwich.
Yeah.
Toasted bun.
Lime aioli on the bottom, kimchi on there.
That's generous.
Place our chicken.
Well, somebody evidently didn't make the bun the right size.
Hit some samjang.
Boy, you are not light on the portions of the sauces.
It's all about sauce.
House pickles and an unhinged jaw to be able to eat this. Here we go. My friend, that is some excellent fried chicken. That is super crunchitacious. I have a chicken joint called Chicken Guy, and I say that sauce is the boss. When I watch you put on all that samjang, I'm like, just call it the samjang sandwich. But it's this balance that goes on between the fat of that lime aioli with the acid of the pickle. It's like clashing right there in the middle of the chicken sandwich. Ba-boom. Dude, outstanding. So here I am in North Omaha at a place called Big Mama's Kitchen. Now, it's a soul food joint where folks say she's cooking it old school. But the funny thing is, it really is in an old school.
Cornbread salad, please.
I need 3 grains.
It's definitely old school. Catfish.
They've made it feel like home. You taste the love in the food.
Fried chicken up.
Sweet potato pudding.
It's got soul. Off the charts.
This is the way my grandmother and my mother cooked.
And now it's her turn.
I'm glad you showed up.
Patricia Barron, who calls herself Big Mama,
Was there any sides with this?
is bringing everybody to the family table. After a stint in the military and 30 years at the phone company, she retired to do what she always wanted.
I just like to cook.
But she didn't have a restaurant.
I was cooking out of my church's basement.
Then she found something better.
Chicken's ready to go. This was the Nebraska School for the Deaf, and this was the cafeteria. It closed in 1992.
What a nice find.
A lot of the food that she cooks is from the South.
Fried okra, pig ears.
You never had a pig ear?
I heard you're having the ear sandwich.
I am. It's really good.
Don't fear the ear. Let's get it on.
Okay. I like to examine them.
Ooh, those are fresh.
There's no hairs. That's gristle.
Just a tickle of meat there.
Right on.
I know, don't play with your food.
And then I'm gonna put it in my crock pot.
Salt up that ear. Grandma's rub, a little bit of sugar, salt.
Cumin,
Stick a
paprika,
little paprika
chili
there.
powder. They're very plain, so they need a lot of seasoning on them. Then the garlic. Then
Water.
add my water.
Oh, you add a little vinegar. We'll go down for about 8 hours. Cover that up, plug it in.
And I put them on low.
You know what? Time has got away from me. I'm gonna have to go. I'll be back here later.
No. You want to eat them now.
Right ear.
This will be the
Right
highlight
now.
of your day.
I'm excited. Let's just do this. You be as liberal with that mustard as you want. There you go. Extra.
Chopped onion. That gives it a little zing. That doesn't look bad, right?
Oh. I mean, that part, that scares me.
So just bite it.
You know.
That's all. Eat it.
Don't push it in my mouth. You're excited to see me
Yes,
eat this.
I am, because I know you're gonna like it.
It's tender. It is tender. See the cartilage cooked down to a nice tender state. It's very tasty. I would call it natural bologna. I didn't really think I was gonna be too big of a fan. Once you're here, you love it.
Really moist and not tough at all.
This pig ear sandwich,
Yum, yum.
I would recommend it.
True soul food classic.
Soul and family go together.
Feels like home, like I remember when I was a kid.
It's legit, huh?
It's legit.
When it's meant to be, things like this just happen.
Yes, it certainly does.
I'm looking for my mother to come out to kids.
I want to spread my food all over the city. I want everybody to come and enjoy my food.
Good stuff. I enjoyed it.
Good, I'm glad.
Triple D hanging out in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. It's a special edition because I got my one and only brother from another mother, Justin Warner. We are here at Look's Marketplace. Now, it's not your everyday grocery store.
Heat seeker going up in the window.
There's something for everyone. From a complete charcuterie to a butcher shop, everything is phenomenal.
Skewering the Porkcules.
The Porkcules Sandwich starts out with a ciabatta bread that's made in-house.
You've got pork, and then you've got sausage.
It's incredible.
What are we on to now?
Ciabatta. We have water, yeast, flour, salt, olive oil. Start it up. Very, very slowly add the remainder of the water. Let it rest.
Portion.
It goes into the oven for about 16 minutes.
What are we into? What are we working on right now?
Working on our pit sausage for the Porkcules, beef chuck, back fat, and the pork.
By grinding this in the walk-in,
Everything being cold.
you're preserving the fat. This thing can actually create a degree of heat that is gonna self-render that fat. And if the fat's already rendered by the time it's in your patty, it's not gonna make its way into your mouth.
Back in for a second grind.
And we're gonna mix up the spices inside the grinder. Salt, curing salt, ground mustard, crushed red pepper, black pepper, coriander,
Totally key.
granulated onion, granulated garlic. And we're just gonna mix this thing.
Dig it.
Case up the sausage, smokes for about 45 minutes.
Next up,
Pork shoulder, a little yellow mustard.
you get the enzymes, you get the acid.
So we hit it with salt first so the paprika and stuff doesn't clog the pores of the meat.
Got it.
Salt is gonna open it up, start the osmosis. Exactly.
So now we're gonna hit it with the rub.
Who's rub?
Three Little Pigs rub. Then we hit it with their touch of cherry as kind of a finishing. Rest overnight, hit it with a little more rub. It's gonna go into our smoker for about 12 to 15 hours at about 200 degrees.
Love this.
Pull it, and then it's ready for the sandwich. First, we're gonna split the pit sausage.
Nice wood-fired grill. Pork butt.
Pork brisket. Regular butter to give it a nice toast. Let's build that sandwich for you. A little chili lime mayo. Pit sausage that we ground together. Pork brisket. Pulled pork. House-made spicy mustard barbecue sauce.
Got it.
Pickled red onion. Arugula on top.
Arugula. You know, like an old horn? Arugula. I'll just see myself out.
All right, and there's the Porkcules.
There are 3 textures of pork, 3 flavors of pork, because 3 things were treated individually and they brought out their best selves. It's a triple punch, left, right, left. The sauce and the accoutrement is not overpowering any of that. It just lets everybody sing, man.
Being that I was the host of the show, I agree with everything Justin says. This is a wonderful way to explore the world of pork. All the pork is fantastic, seasoned great. That ciabatta roll is the perfect vessel. It's a full home run. Triple D's parked in Moorhead, Minnesota at Rustica, in one of the town's oldest spots. This is Rustica Eatery and Tap.
The building was originally built in 1898, and
Okay.
it's been a plethora of things.
But now it's all about fresh takes on classic dishes.
Poutine going up.
Unlike traditional poutine, it has fingerling potatoes. The meat is like a roast.
Comfort food at its finest.
All right, chef, into one gigantic cut of beef.
This is chuck shoulder for our fingerling poutine.
We're gonna braise all this?
Yep. First, we gotta whack it into hunks. Give it a good amount of salt and pepper. Sear it in a pan over high heat.
We'll hit all 4 sides.
Set up our braising pan. Oregano, thyme, bay leaf. Add in the seared meat.
You're serious.
I'm serious. Mirepoix, whole garlic cloves.
Salt.
Tomato guts.
Another fine culinary term.
Red wine. Chicken stock.
And a lot of red chili flake.
We call it chili braised beef.
And how long we're gonna roast that off? At least 4 hours.
At least.
Shredding enough tender, but not completely mushy.
Correct. Strain the jus, reduce it, and pour it over the shredded meat.
What are we doing past this?
We'll make some beef gravy to serve on the side. We got blended oil, onions, oregano, thyme, tomato paste, salt and pepper. Red wine to deglaze.
Naturally. Nice facial from that.
Chicken stock, beef base, balsamic vinegar, chili flake.
Tamari, but have it today.
Simmer, strain, add the roux, and it's finished.
Last but not least, what?
Fingerling potatoes that have been fried, crispy.
And why not just regular French fries to make this?
Why be normal? We'll put the chili beef over the top with Mahone cheese.
Huda.
It's a cow's milk cheese covered in paprika rind. Move that to the salamander. Transfer it to a serving plate. Little parsley, bacon, roasted garlic, and then the gravy.
This right here, I don't even know if calling it poutine is the right thing to do. because it's a very elevated poutine. Going to a regular French fried potato would have been simple. You take it and mix it up and throw in the fingerlings, which is the royalty of potatoes. And then you make a gravy that you really take some time and energy to do. This dish has got a lot more sophistication than you would find in most poutines of Diamond. You know, burgers are kind of like the places we visit here on 3D. Well, you got your basic, you got your classics, and then you got those joints that are kind of pushing the envelope, kind of like this place, Kuma's Corner in Chicago, where they're serious on ink, heavy metal, and bodacious burgers.
There's something special about this place. Their burgers are the best.
Everything has a unique ingredient on it.
Brats. Here you get things like pulled pork, neon green relish.
Free cheese and a poached pear. It's excellent.
It's not your everyday Joe burger.
And the owner's not your everyday Joe.
This is me, biker that owns a bar.
With plenty of ink.
Metallica.
And burgers named for heavy metal bands.
The Metallica burger has buffalo sauce and blue cheese dressing and bacon. It's really good.
We're rolling a Slayer burger, chili and Philly sausage, cheese, onions, fantastic.
And a chili cheese onion burger called
The Black Sabbath burger.
a fan favorite.
Thank you.
That head chef Amalia Obermeyer-Smith is cranking out by the dozen.
It's a little bit messy, but it's fantastic.
So you're gonna make some chili?
Yes.
Got the whole kitchen cabinet here. Walk me through.
Olive oil,
Ground beef,
salt and pepper, equal ratios,
some cayenne,
some cumin. Can't be chili without cumin.
nice medley of spices, a little chili powder.
We start sweating the vegetables. Oil in the pan, green pepper.
This is really a small amount of veggies comparatively.
We're meat eaters. Red peppers, and then our white onions.
Garlic.
Jalapenos.
So let those sweat down.
Yep, PBR. And a quarter.
And a little porter. Cooking with beer. Could be a whole show in itself. So we deglaze the bottom of the pan with that, all the goodness coming off.
All the flavor.
Now everybody's gonna get the pool?
Yep.
Cool. Kidney beans, black beans. Nice mix of bean.
Tomatoes. And then hot chili beans.
What is a hot chili bean?
Beans and chili paste. Sweat vegetables.
Still got some color and some texture. Looks outstanding.
And then
Whoa. Really?
chocolate sauce. And last but not least, chipotles
With adobo.
browned with adobo.
Wow, that'll be a nice little kicker. So that's got some meat on it.
Yep.
So how much longer are we gonna let this simmer?
About 30 minutes or so. And we let it sit usually overnight so that all the flavors can meld. Would you like to taste this?
Yeah. I mean, just for technical terms. I'd eat that all day. And it's going on a 10-ounce burger to make the Black Sabbath.
Season, salt and pepper, blackening spice, garlic powder, kosher salt, chili powder,
Paprika, cayenne. So mark it both sides, and then you'll hit the other side when you flip it.
We add our chili.
Okay, wow.
Pepper
Little
jack
Hallie
cheese.
Jack, yeah.
And then it goes in the salad to melt.
And this is a pretzel bun.
Anything's good on that. Toast bun. All right, so our burger. Top it with some red onion. And there you go.
Ah, killer. Well-cooked burger, medium rare, great chili on it, little spice. But you know what it really enhances this is that pretzel roll. That pretzel roll's legit. That's a wholesome, all-American, great burger. That's up there in the top 5 burgers on Triple D.
It's delicious. Makes you want to keep eating it.
It's just a really all-around great burger that you really can't find anywhere else in the city.
With a crowd to match.
You get all kinds of people, tattoos, no tattoos, businessmen.
She's a derby girl.
As in roller derby?
As in roller derby.
I like it.
When I was a kid, I threw parties every day.
Now people pay to come to the party.
Exactly.
That looks good. Food is always good. Every night you come in, you get something new.
From pork fries with homemade barbecue sauce to pick your own ingredients, mac and cheese.
Tossed a little corn in there, sun-dried tomatoes and prosciutto. It was really, really good.
Even fresh seafood.
Everything on the menu is just fantastic.
Medium well Metallica.
But it's the burgers that make them a local legend.
I always get the burger.
Every time I've been here, I've had a different one.
What are you having?
The layer of the Minotaur.
Brie, poached pear, and pancetta. You can't go wrong with that.
When I drove up and I saw everybody clad in big ink, I don't think poached pears was necessarily going to be the
We
first
like
thing.
to shock people here.
I bet you did.
We're gonna poach the pears with ginger ale, bourbon.
Whoa. Bourbon, whiskey? Why didn't you pour it out of the bottle?
We have it on tap.
You have bourbon on the bar on tap. Did you get in touch with all the boys at home? We're moving to Chicago. Would you cry a little bit when you pour that?
Cinnamon sticks, a little bit of anise, nutmeg.
A lot of nutmeg. And then some pears.
Pears I soak in ginger ale as well.
So they didn't turn on you?
Yep.
And then you're just gonna poach these lightly and they're just gonna absorb all that?
Yes.
Wow. That goes on a
They
burger.
taste amazing.
Let's get it on.
All right, salt and pepper. And then we're gonna throw some caramelized onions on the flat top. And then we have our pancetta.
Aha. Pancetta, Italian bacon, salt cured. It should be eaten every day. Put down our roll. That gets flipped.
Go ahead and move our onions.
Okay.
Our pancetta. And then we come in with our brie.
Oh.
And then we'll go with salamander with that. Take out the poached pear now. Do it a minute before the burger's done. And then we fan this out.
It's a lot of pear for one burger. But it's a 10-ounce burger.
It goes on the grill.
That brie looks like it's starting to melt out.
And then take our pear, lay it on top.
Oh, that's killer.
And there you go.
And this is the
Layer of the Minotaur.
Of the Minotaur, perfectly cooked. Wow. That's like going through It's a Small World in a jet boat. Man, I don't know what countries I just blew through. A little bit of sweetness, a little bit of saltiness. Great pretzel roll again. The brie, and then this poached pear. A little bit of bourbon. That's delicious, man.
I wouldn't ever think to put a pear on a burger, but it's excellent.
Isn't it crazy, though? Awesome.
Slayer burger. Incredibly unique. To have a place with a burger that's this good and with the theme of metal.
It's not pretentious in any way. It's just fun.
So I'm here in Cleveland. Happens to be a joint that's serving Cleveland comfort food. I gotta check it out. This is the Rally Inn.
Some veggies for your chili quiles here, bud.
As soon as you come here, you're hooked into wanting to be a regular.
I got the shrimp and grits for you.
How did you find the Rally Inn?
It's just a little local hidden gem. Just started coming here, you know.
Well, I don't. That's what I was
No, you
asking.
don't.
I was hoping you'd tell me, you know.
You would really be surprised by just how good the food is here.
That's because when owner John Oberman bought this joint, the bar was set pretty low.
This was a very, very divey bar at the time. It was a punch palace, no windows, vinyl ripped up floors.
A punch palace? That is one of the funniest lines I've ever heard. But now they've got Chef Eric Lettieri punching things up in the kitchen.
Bacon wrap tots ready to go?
I always recommend the bacon wrap tots.
Soft potato on the inside, wrapped with this crispy bacon.
And the Chipotle ranch brings the whole thing together.
All right, what are we making first?
Mashed potatoes for the bacon wrap tots.
Boiled Yukon, skins on.
White pepper, salt, roasted garlic, brown butter.
Okay.
Heavy cream.
Mix it in with our shredded hash. A little more salt, black pepper. Now we're ready to form them.
Let's see it. That's not a tot, that's a baseball.
Yeah, you know, you gotta give the people what they want, though.
And the wrap is?
Just one whole piece of bacon, man. Bam.
While those are frying, what's the sauce that goes with them?
Chipotle ranch
sauce. How many items are on the menu here?
Which one? The breakfast menu, the dinner menu, the taco menu, do prime rib on Saturdays.
Does the owner make you do this, or is this just you going wacko?
Yes. So it's
best answer I've ever heard.
We start with our ranch dressing, chipotle peppers, the Worcestershire. I like to call it woo-woo, because not everybody knows how to say it or spell it.
So that's your own way, is woo-woo? Plate it up.
Boom, just like so.
Dude, it looks like a top made after me. Incredibly creative. You get crispy, you get creamy, you get crunchy, unctuous bacon.
Thanks.
The chipotle sauce, which is so needed because it adds a little bit of heat, it adds another little dimension. The creaminess of the ranch, cooling it down a touch. Funky fried freaky.
Freaky Friday funky.
It's funky freaky fried. It is delicious and really done right. Right on, man.
Bacon wrap tots, pick up.
I love that they are crunchy on the outside, and as soon as I bite in, it's moist and steamy and yummy.
This is exceptional, exceptional food.
Aunt Polly, have you ever been to this place?
Not.
You don't go to Punch Palaces?
I do when you're in town.
You got a medium popper burger, add cheese sticks.
Cleveland loves its comfort food, but John, when he took it over, definitely took things up a notch.
I think more than a notch.
You just can't beat it.
What appears to be just a simple little funky bar, you go next level. Really impressed. This guy's dangerous. So I'm here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Now, we get recommendations for Triple D joints from a lot of people. But in particular, when your crew that shoots Triple D, hold on. This crew right here, when they tell you that you gotta come check out a pizza joint that's right down the street from their house, well, you know I'm there. This is Red Wagon Pizza.
On me pizza.
It's a different kind of pizza joint. So neighborhood, so right.
Dropping a Popeye?
Kind of feel like you're inserting yourself in someone's family tradition.
Because you kinda are. one that Peter Campbell's grandparents started long ago. That's your grandfather.
That's my Nana in the middle and my mom on the far left. In the late 40s, Pop would do these pizza parties in his basement. The community would come out.
And Peter picked up where his grandpa left off when he opened the doors here in 2014.
We forge pizzas.
I don't know what he's on.
30 seconds on a Red Wagon.
The Red Wagon pizza is the best pizza.
Peppers, the spice, the sausage, cheese are just the most tasty piece of pizza I've ever encountered.
All right, Pete, let's make the magic dough.
Cold water. Then we take day-old dough.
The mother.
Tear apart the dough in the water and get the water nice and milky. Dry active yeast. The flour is a heritage wheat. We'll hit this on one. We'll scrape the bowl after 2.5 minutes, run it again for 2.5 minutes. Then we'll throw in salt, cover it, let it rest for 30. Run the mixer for about another 5 minutes. Grab a hunk of dough, just make sure that it'll stretch and it's nice and thin.
You guys understand what's happening here? If you go and stretch it and it splits open, then it hasn't built the gluten. It has to be mixed a little bit more. Bring it out, let it rest for 24 hours, portion it. Welcome to Carnivore Hour. I'm Guy, and this is
Pedro.
Now we're into making the sausage. Pork butt, it's all cubed up.
Bacon, sopressata. We have garlic, onion, fennel powder, salt, ground pepper.
But no henway.
I don't know. What's a henway?
Oh, about 2 or 3 pounds. I think we might be cousins.
We're gonna let it cure overnight in the cooler, and then in the morning, we grind it, put it on sheet trays, and cook it off in the oven. All the pies are at 14 inches. House-made sauce, a blend of half mozzarella and half provolone.
Let me bring in the real pro. Buck, come on in here for a second. This is Buck, the older brother. Pete, why don't we just have you step out for a little bit?
I don't know.
It's nice having you on the show.
I'm
Thanks,
wondering
Pete.
if we shouldn't start over.
He just left the building. Come on over, Pete.
It's a little oblong. We can work on your technique a little bit.
Thank you, Buck. We like having you. All right.
House sausage, banana peppers. Then we take the sopressata, we slice it in a ribbon.
90 seconds comes out, we'll slice it up. What are we throwing here?
Buzzed up crushed red pepper. This is a house-made garlic salt, fig-infused balsamic. There you go, Red Wagon pizza.
Typically, they're round.
Oh, dynamite.
Everything you're doing in the pizza is balanced. Fresh-made sausage, you've got handmade dough, you've got homemade sauce, you got a nice little acid bite in there coming from the banana pepper, a little touch of the chili flake. It's an artisan pizza, man. Everybody at home right now is going, oh, I want a bite of that pizza, because it's the real deal. Fantastic.
Thank you.
So I'm about 20 minutes north of Cincinnati in an area known as Finneytown to check out a joint. Well, here's the story I got. The chef is from here, and he went to Texas to go to college. That's where he met his wife. She's from the Virgin Islands. His mom happens to be from Antigua. He's got this heart and passion for food, and he realizes halfway through his marketing degree, he wants to go to culinary school. Gets his degree, comes back to the place he loves, cooking the food he loves. This is Big J's place.
Teamwork, Shine. Makes a dream work.
It's a Caribbean soul food type of place, mixed with Cincinnati flair.
86 cabbage, add mac and cheese.
Not your normal combination.
How is Big J's compared to what you normally get?
Mounds above.
Nothing close to it.
And nothing close to Jason Howard himself, who takes his passion for food right to the people of his neighborhood.
When COVID hit, we had a freezer full of food, no way to get it out. And I said, well, what if we were getting food to kids?
If they're not gonna get that meal, they ain't gonna eat.
Yeah. We cook the food that we're cooking here for the shelters.
Here's your oxtail dinner.
Oxtail, macaroni and cheese, greens on fire. I'm in heaven.
And it fills you up for sure.
We're into the oxtails first.
So we're gonna start with our dry rub, a little salt, black pepper, granulated garlic, some basil, some allspice, Sazon seasoning,
Key.
green Goya, brown sugar.
All right, I'm expecting to see in a pre-made bottle that has your logo on it.
Soon. We have a cookbook coming out, and then we also have the dry rub.
Got it.
Now we'll season our oxtails. We put on the oil, then the dry rub, mix it all together. Then we have a wet seasoning. Fresh garlic, Worcestershire sauce.
Kind of said that almost right.
Browning seasoning.
Little kitchen bouquet.
Then the soy sauce. Mix this up.
You're massaging it in.
Some cilantro, bell peppers, some onions.
Sweetness of the carrots.
And then we're gonna sear off these oxtails, Scotch bonnet pepper sauce, finish off with some beef stock.
How long is this gonna go?
For about 5 hours.
And just on a simmer?
Yep.
What are we working on next?
Macaroni and cheese.
You don't call it mac and cheese?
No.
Who calls it macaroni and cheese?
Big J's place.
That's right.
Start with some heavy cream, salt, a little black pepper, granulated garlic. Whisk that around. We'll add our cheddar cheese so we can start that roux.
Elbow macaroni in.
Shredded cheddar, powdered parm.
I like how you're using the rice cooker spoon to stir that.
Got a bunch of
You got a bunch of rice cooker spoons.
Yeah, man, it's really comfortable.
But you weren't expecting me for the call out, are you?
Call out heard.
Chili flake.
Cajun seasoning. Add the mac and cheese. Shredded parm down first.
And
Monterey Jack cheese.
that's gonna melt. It's good to go. Next up, collard greens.
So we're gonna start off with our dry rub, basil, Goya seasoning, allspice, red sazon, salt, black pepper,
Time for greens.
oil, onions, tribel, cilantro, minced garlic, and fresh ginger. Kale and collards. The dry seasoning we just made.
On top with the chicken stock. How long we let these go, Chef?
About 45 minutes to an hour. Now it's time to plate up. We're gonna start with our rice, our collard greens, mac and cheese, oxtail,
I'll be asleep in the car, you know that.
green onions.
If you don't like oxtails, then come down here to the oxtail conversion program. There's cheese in the mac and cheese. That's more cheese than you get on nachos.
There you go.
You just wrecked Southern greens for me. And it gives you the diet fork.
Portion control.
Wow.
Plating oxtail.
Oxtails are awesome. They're very tender, well-flavored.
Collard greens are great.
This mac and cheese off the chain.
6.5 years of making wood-fired pizzas their way. This is Blackbird Wood Fire.
Basil going on the harder salami.
The food is fantastic.
Wild mushroom pizza, table 1.
There's absolutely nothing like a wood-fired pizza coming straight out of the oven.
This was the first legit wood-fired pizza place, and so we were kind of over the moon.
And that pie biz was born when respiratory therapist Casey Absey turned tinkering into a whole new career.
I was gonna build an old-fashioned barbecue in my backyard, made a wood-fired oven. And the next year, I built one on a trailer, and we started doing festivals.
What makes you different in the world of wood-fired pizza?
I think we have more of a Mediterranean spin on things. My dad's folks came from Lebanon. Well, my mom was Norwegian.
Lebanese Norwegian.
A Lebanese.
A Lebanese. Got a pep going in hot?
I think you have to judge a good pizza by its dough.
Don't you know? Sorry, I had to take the shot.
It's just that perfect level of crispiness, but it still stays chewy.
We're gonna make pizza dough.
All right.
2 cups of salt.
Now, wait a second. Salt before yeast?
Yeah. Water.
When in North Dakota.
1 bag of flour.
All purpose?
Then I throw my yeast in.
Are we gonna bloom the yeast?
Nope.
Okay.
Bread flour.
No high gluten?
Nope.
No 00?
Nope.
Okay.
We're not trying to be Italian.
Okay, your house. How long is this gonna mix?
20 minutes.
And then you'll let this proof.
We'll ball it up first.
Wait. You're not gonna proof before you ball?
Nope. Proof's in the box, 24 hours in the cooler.
This is unconventional to 99% of the pizza joints I've ever gone
Just lots of experimenting. Putting apples on the sausage apple pizza.
Sausage and apple pizza is literally the one I have every time.
When it comes to the table, it's a piece of art.
to. Sausage apple pizza is a norm around here?
Nope, just here.
All right, what are we on to now?
The bechamel. Half pound of butter, flour, and make a roux. Then we add the milk, garlic powder, parsley, bay leaf, chili flakes, nutmeg, and salt and pepper.
Bechamel's done. Next up.
The sausage. It's all local pork, salt, pepper, fennel.
A lot of it.
Oregano, sugar, parsley, chili flakes, granulated garlic.
Mix this up.
Bake it, 425.
Let's take a look at this dough. It's gentle. Boy, that's got a lot of elasticity for bread dough.
Bechamel on it, Parmesan, our homemade sausage, apples, sage, goes in.
And that's all she wrote. Gorgeous. Oh, square.
Snap pea micros.
It's your everyday Lebanese Norwegian pizza. That is one delicious pizza. Great chew to the crust. Get a nice crackle on the outside with true gluten-style flour pull. And this little bechamel Parmesan cheese program works completely right. Sausage still has good fat to it, a lot of great apple. The key at the end, though, that fresh herb on top. I can just go on and on about it. Outstanding.
Thanks, sir. Sausage apple pizza, table 4.
There's this sweet combination between the sweet of the green apple and then you also get the salty of the sausage.
It's a perfect crust. It's the reason why we come here.
When you're eating fried chicken, you usually get asked, You want the breast, you want the thigh, or you want the drumstick? Well, unless you're in Potterville, Michigan, where they ask, hey, how you want your gizzards? Welcome to Joe's Gizzard City. Truly one of a kind.
All right, gizzards up.
Half a dozen gizzards.
If you say it tastes like chicken, I'm leaving.
No.
You've already had a dozen.
This is the only place you're gonna want to try it. Everywhere else is gonna taste like you bit into your tennis shoe or your belt.
I haven't seen my belt in years. There's plenty more on the menu. The burger.
Can't get a better cheeseburger than Joe's.
The massive fish and fries. Look at the size of that. Even deep-fried desserts.
This is kind of an off-the-wall, unusual place to go.
But with a name like Joe's Gizzard City, you know why I'm here.
Gizzards up.
And they're the best gizzards in the world.
Who else has gizzard?
Alligators and earthworms.
Thank goodness we're serving them from chickens. That great idea came from Joe Sr., who took over his father's chicken joint in 1968.
We don't like to waste anything, and they turn out to be quite a deal.
Explain exactly what the gizzard is to me.
That's a grinder. It's like a second stomach.
You're not eating the working part of the stomach.
Good, because I don't like anything that has a job. Oh, so that's the muscle of it.
The muscle of it, yeah.
The muscle around here is Joe Jr., who's taken over for his dad.
I was working through the corporate structure
Of restaurants?
about 7, 8 years ago. So, you know, it's time to come back and work for the family.
And take over the gizzard empire.
That's right.
That's gnarly.
We're actually gonna pressure cook the gizzards.
And why?
You have to tenderize the gizzard, or else it's gonna taste like shoe leather.
So that's why most people don't eat gizzards at home.
Correct.
What seasonings do we put in it?
All right, we're gonna have garlic powder, celery salt, and salt.
Now we lock and load.
Lock and load, baby.
Don't those look precious?
Joe's famous batter mix.
Now what is this?
Special flour.
Where's it come from?
I can't tell you that.
It has like a cornstarch consistency, but it's not cornstarch.
You never know, but it's a special flour.
Thanks a lot. So if I figured out this one, I'm gonna take some of that home with me and find out. Now water. I'm gonna get you a mixer for Christmas.
Oh, please.
This arm is leaving up. Look at that, like a python who to snap at you.
All right, here we go.
I didn't need that many. I don't want to waste.
Oh, you're gonna want more than this.
Burn, baby, burn. Is that enough?
Yes.
I don't want to be a hog and have them all. Seriously, save some for yourself.
Oh, you'll love this.
Mmm. Look tender. You know what? I think they're quite tasty, actually. I think the seasoning that you pressure cook them in, that makes a big difference. The batter is killer.
Don't get gizzards anywhere else.
These gizzards are the best.
And deep frying ain't your only option.
Naked Cajun gizzard.
I got the garlic and herb, and it's really good.
Hey, put them in an omelet. Is that a gigantic gizzard?
That's a piece of chicken. I got the combo plate. Best of both worlds.
Oh, you can. You can get the outside
inside.
You can get the outside inside. The outside is what got this place rolling. Who taught you how to make fried chicken?
My grandmother.
What's the key to making great fried chicken?
It's gotta keep it juicy. You gotta boil it. Next, we have our garlic powder.
Gotta love garlic.
Mm-hmm. Celery salt.
Okay, so you cook the chicken just to where it's done.
Correct.
Then we'll batter it, and then we'll fry it.
Absolutely.
Dig it. Let's see it. Oh, that just coats right on there. Is that golden super delicious?
Yep.
Wow. It's super tender and moist. But my gosh, it falls apart. You know the first thing I get out of that?
What's that?
Is that garlic flavor of that chicken when it boiled. Mmm. Sure is a different way to do chicken.
Thank you.
Only at Joe's.
They're big on different here, like deep-fried hot dogs with melted cheese. And these are
Deep-fried Oreos.
They're so good.
even deep-fried Twinkies. They call them Frinkies.
Yeah.
That might be illegal to serve. I mean, that's freaky. But if you want freaky, how about a deep-fried burger? So he said, let's cook the burger.
Yeah.
And then let's batter it. And then let's fry it.
Yeah.
And put it in a burger.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, there's a few things that I don't think I had ever seen before. Deep-fried patty in batter. I like that. You do taste the crunch. It also changes the flavor of the meat a little bit. I do it that way versus a regular way.
It's very good.
Crunchy?
A little crunchy on the outside, soft and juicy on the inside.
Soft and juicy on the inside. I guess something like doing commercials. But as good as that is, why fry just the burger? Let's batter the whole thing, bun and all. Now, first time ever performed here at Gizzard City.
Oh, yummy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hope don't fall apart. Let's cut it out of its tomb. Look at that.
Oh. Wow.
I'm not kidding you. It is money.
Joe's put it on the menu now as the Triple D Burger.
Seriously, I would order one of those every time I came in here.
Cool.
Along with a gizzard appetizer
So would I.
and a Frankie dessert.
Everything at Joe's is good.
Joe and Joy have always had something unique.
How many restaurants specialize in gizzards? I don't know.
Get your gizzard fix at exit 66. Is that where we are?
Yes, you are.
Well, I'm going down to Joe's, down to Gizzard City.
Joe! This place is a trip.
Thank you.
You know, at Triple D, people are always asking me, hey, Guy, if it's not a diner and it's not a drive-in, then is it a dive? And I like to say, you know, if it's funky, we'll find it. I mean, what it's really about is real people making real food, kind of like this joint here in Cleveland, where it's all about farm to table at Lucky's Cafe.
Okay, granola. A lot of fresh ingredients, a lot of local ingredients.
Spinach and mushroom omelet.
And they grow veggies out in the backyard.
Your own romaine lettuce.
Yep.
Always good.
Money.
Money.
Highest quality food around. Being prepared with a lot of love.
By owner Heather Haviland,
Waffle.
who started here 6 years ago when the place was a coffee shop, and she rented part of it for a baking business.
I started baking things out of the storage closet.
3 years later, she bought into the place, filled out the kitchen,
Mac and cheese.
and built up the menu.
Mac and cheese with house-made applesauce.
Always something new.
And almost everything from scratch.
Biscuit up.
Everything that comes out of that kitchen.
From burritos to biscuits. And yeah, just a basic Reuben.
Homemade corned beef, homemade sauerkraut.
Thousand Island that they make in-house.
Right down to the pickles and ketchup.
Absolutely fantastic.
We're gonna make the brine actually for the brisket for the Reuben. 2 gallons of water.
Kosher salt.
Kosher salt. Then we got sugar, garlic, cloves, curing salt.
There you go. You gotta have a little pink nitrate.
Peppercorn, fresh ginger, bay leaves, cinnamon sticks, ground mace.
Which is the
I love
outside
that.
coating
Yeah.
of the nutmeg.
And it grows like hands, like this. It's a beautiful thing. Whole cloves, allspice, red pepper flakes, coriander actually from our garden.
Oh, look at that.
Mustard seed, and then we bring it to a boil and then let it cool completely.
So we've got this big monster piece of brisket.
Yep, and then we're gonna pour beautiful brine onto there.
That's gonna be some righteous corned beef. How long will we let this brine?
7 days. And then we're gonna pull it up and move it out of here and strain it.
To catch the herbs and spices.
All that magic. Put that into the pot.
Gosh, this is gonna be melt in your mouth, or melt in my mouth.
Some fresh thyme.
Which was out in the garden.
Yes.
When you just pick it, the bouquet is enormous.
Perfume. Carrots, onion, celery, and then fresh water.
So you'll bring it to a boil?
And then cover it and simmer it for 3 hours.
Dig it, and then I'll eat all of it.
You'll eat the whole thing.
Here's our corned beef, cooled and ready to slice. And what's gonna come on the sandwich?
Rye bread.
I use that just as a medium.
Buffer, but we
Yes.
make our own rye bread, so I really would prefer that you
we
not
do.
use it as a buffer.
Of course we make our own rye bread.
Just a little bit of butter. Swiss.
So you make the bread, you make the corned beef, you
Right.
make the sauerkraut.
Yep, in-house. Corned beef.
She's using the kraut to heat up the corned beef, so it's not getting a texture of being cooked on the flat top.
Yes, and then cover it and dish up some Thousand Island. For the Thousand Island dressing, we grow our cucumbers, make those into pickles. We make our own ketchup, and you put local honey in there and add the mayonnaise. You make the Thousand Island dressing, and then...
Look at that. I don't even know that I'm worthy to eat this. They should have a shot of that in the Louvre. I don't have anything to say. Look at the goosebumps on my arm. That bread, that kraut with that corn. I don't know what's better on all of this. Now we're gonna hit the Thousand Island. I don't know that you should accept money for these. Bring us your firstborn.
Rich, buttery, it's yummy.
All the stuff comes right from the garden outside.
Oh,
Isn't that amazing? I love
No,
that.
what's amazing is you.
Absolutely fabulous. I haven't had one item here that I haven't liked.
Chef Michael Simon, I am glad you know all the cops in Cleveland.
Come on, dude, I hit that whole shot headed sideways.
Oh, you're killing me. All right, where are we?
We're in Detroit Shoreway neighborhood of Cleveland, Ohio, about 500 feet from the lake.
Oh, that's why it's so warm.
Breeze.
Yeah.
Really talented young chef here. He is killing it with like chefed up diner food.
Chefed up diner food on Triple D? Perfect. This is good company. Pulled mushroom in the window, runner.
I just can't say enough about how good this place is.
Blows your taste buds out of the water.
And our pecorino wings.
I like anything that Brett makes.
Oh, you knew him before he got here.
I'll follow him anywhere.
That's because chef and owner Brett Sawyer has built a reputation at other joints around town and brought those culinary skills to this concept.
We took all of the simple food of a diner
and made it much more difficult.
Just chef the entire thing. Favorite thing on the menu?
Surf and turf.
We got 2 surf and turfs ready.
It's a shaved steak sandwich. The jus has the lobster flavor into it.
I could have sworn that there was lobster on the sandwich. I kept looking for the lobster.
What are we into next?
Our surf and turf. We start with the certified Angus beef tri-tip.
I see the turf, but where's the surf?
We serve it with a lobster beef au jus.
And I'm the crazy one.
Kosher salt, black pepper, chili powder, onion powder, garlic powder, dry rosemary.
How long is it gonna sit on there?
20, 30 minutes. Cook that in our oven, 8 minutes at 500 degrees. Then we turn it down to 350 degrees and cook it for an hour. Chill it, slice it on our deli slicer for service.
Okay, chef.
Now we're gonna make our duxelle, nice fatty mushroom spread.
You don't get to say nice fatty mushroom spread very often, do you? It just has a ring to it.
Butter, add our shallots, our garlic, sun-dried tomatoes.
Sun-dried tomatoes actually break it up a little bit.
Yeah, nice little acidic bite in there.
Tarragon, parsley, mushrooms. We do creminis. Salt, white vinegar, red wine. Cook for about hour and a half.
This is the time when we're gonna see the lobster shells come out, huh?
Yes.
I am dying to see this.
We're gonna start with the beef bones. We rub these with tomato paste.
I love that little trick.
In the oven.
350.
Don't roast.
Bones in the pot. Our lobster bodies.
This is the weirdest thing I've seen.
Black peppercorns, bay leaf.
Water.
We bring it up to a boil, turn it down to a simmer, and let it reduce overnight.
In the warehouse of fun.
So now we're gonna make our béarnaise sauce. Start with our tarragon champagne vinegar reduction.
Okay.
Champagne vinegar, shallots, tarragon, bring it up to a boil, hit it on simmer.
And let this reduce down, strain it out.
Whole eggs, some more yolks, salt, Calabrian chilies, our tarragon reduction. Then we're gonna use our stem blender. And then we have our melted butter, give that slow drizzle.
Béarnaise is done.
Time to build it.
Fantastic.
Favorite part of the day.
Milk bun.
Ooh.
Very generous with the duxelle.
Will you let that reduce?
Tri-tip, red onions, our tarragon chili béarnaise. Top it off.
The Pirates of the Caribbean sword to cut it with. And then here comes the lobster beef jus. I can't wait for this one. Whoa.
The sandwich is spectacular
By
before
itself.
you dip
Right,
it.
Right. The beef flavors through the roof.
Right.
That is crazy.
The lobster really comes out. I cannot believe how much lobster flavor's in there. It is full-on surf and turf.
One of the most whacked out thing I've ever seen on Triple D. Amen, dude.
Yeah,
Thanks,
2
Jeff.
for 2, brother.
Plating surf and turf.
It's a really good cut of beef, and it's so tender.
The Horseshoe sauce is the die for.
Beef potato pie.
The beef pie is great because the beef's really well done. It's very savory.
It's a wonderful mix between the meat and the mashed potatoes.
What are we starting off with?
So we're gonna make a short crust pastry for the beef pie. We're gonna have our flour.
And just a little bit for your homies over here?
Yeah, we just add a little bit over there. Well, I like to make a lot of mess so everyone else
Just
can
drop a
clean
little
it
bit.
up. Some salt, vinegar, some chilled butter. So we crumb that, and then we're gonna add the water, and we bring it all together into a big lump.
It's a culinary term in Australia, a big lump. My lovely lady lump. Check it out.
Okay, so we have our ball of dough that we're now...
No, do not change it to ball of dough.
no.
You called it a lump.
The lump of Aussie dough. And now we're gonna sheet that. Now we're gonna cut out our rounds.
Do you normally put flour on the ring?
Yeah.
So it doesn't do that?
You ruined that one.
There you go. I ruined it. I don't remember me holding the ring without the flour on it.
Don't come to Banksy the day after Guy's been here. The
Yeah.
pies will be awful.
Make sure that the girls are working.
Yeah.
So now we start forming this into a pie tin?
We are. Gonna trim that up.
All right, now we make the filling.
Okay, let's do that. We have an Angus beef chuck roll. We're gonna coat that in our spice rub. Onion powder, granulated garlic, mustard powder, kosher salt, ginger powder.
There you go.
Celery seed, black pepper. Give that a good mix. Coat our beef in that. And then we're gonna brown it off with some oil. And then we're gonna take that liquid.
Oh, right over the top.
Add a little bit more of the dry mix. Some fresh garlic, red onion, lots of red wine.
Rosemary.
Bay leaves, a little bit of cheesecloth just so we can pull those out at the end.
This will go how many hours?
5 hours at 250.
All right, what are we into now?
Okay, so we're gonna make a cheesy potato top for this beef pie. Potatoes, half and half, butter, and some water.
Water.
So after we've got these to a softness, we're gonna then strain those. We're then gonna whip them on our big mixer with some provolone and some Parmesan cheese.
All right, let's build the pie.
So we have braised our beef.
That's some dynamite braised beef.
And those beautiful pan drippings that were left over, we've made those into a gravy going on to beef.
Oh, right in there.
You bet. And into our bases. If you're lucky, you'll get this one. It's got extra. Cheesy potatoes.
Delicious.
This then becomes our top. Egg wash, poppy seeds in the oven, about 30 minutes, 350, and you have your beef and red wine pie with cheesy potato top.
Okay. The braised beef inside of this is out of bounds. There is flavor on top of flavor, great herb, great wine, fantastic texture. Potatoes are delicious. Love the little bit of kick and the little bit of extra that you're getting from the provolone. From the gravy to the braising to the seasoning, you didn't miss an opportunity to swing. What do they have in cricket? Is it a bat?
Yep.
You didn't miss the opportunity to swing the bat, my friend. Delicious.
Thank you.
Beef pies with cheesy potato top.
This is amazing. It's so good.
We have chicken pot pie in the United States. This blows chicken pot pie out of the water.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of my favorite dishes here at Banksia.
On the family-owned tour, we're right outside of Chicago, where we find a first-generation place that's only 800 square feet. Hey, but don't let the size fool you, because for the last 25 years, they've been jamming out tons of off-the-hook Chicago favorites.
I'm grilling them up. You want more peppers?
This is the best burger in Chicago.
Cheddar Burger, well done but juicy.
That's what it's all about, right?
We've been coming here almost 20 years.
It's good.
Today about 3 fries and 1 onion.
It looks like a war zone back here.
It's quality food.
Taste-o-vision.
Cheddar Polish was great.
Cheddar Polish.
The Italian beef is great. The Cheddar Burger is still.
I mean, this is the menu.
I need 1 onion ring.
But knowing the menu by heart just isn't that unusual at Paradise Pub.
You ever eat twice a day?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cheddar Burger, cheese fry.
Where fast food is home cooking.
When they leave here, I want people to feel like they've been to someone's backyard barbecue. I got burgers waiting.
A backyard barbecue run by George and Tony Manos, who started the joint 24 years ago after jumping into the food biz as teens.
My dad was driving by one day. He saw a small sign for sale sign. He came home. He said, I got a great spot for you guys.
And 24 years later, they still don't want anyone else working the grill.
We have to be here. Yeah,
That's
the brothers have to be here.
Till now.
We're not hearing any complaints about that hot dog. I'm cooking it.
All right. And what they're doing here in an 800-square-foot joint
Thank you.
is traditional Chicago fast food, the way it ought to be.
1 medium raspberry iced tea, 1 medium Coke.
From Polish sausage to totally loaded Chicago dogs, homemade Italian beef, and check out their burgers.
It makes a big mess, so you got to have about 20 napkins ready to go when you're eating it.
Experienced man can hold about one handle.
Cheddar Burger.
Right.
Is like the Mac Daddy of all burgers.
Oh, yeah. It's just a great piece of meat. 3rd pound patty. Fresh, never frozen.
Look how hot that is. That's char grilled right there, baby. That'll give a nice little crust on it. What temperature do you think that top is right now?
About 750.
Okay, so it's over.
There we go.
Look at that. What I like is that it's just got a nice sear on the outside.
An egg twist bun.
Are we grilling the buns?
Absolutely. Yes, I'm putting the soft cheddar on the top of the bun.
The soft cheddar.
Right. The Wisconsin Mertz cheddar. Right on top. Marry it together. There we go.
Pickles, lettuce, tomato, and some of these molten hot onions. Now, do you give a bib?
Nah, no bibs, man.
Oh. That is juicy. Oh. You guys have a shower?
We'll hose you down in the back.
It's a really strong cheddar, and it's really strong beef, and the onions just on top of that.
I taste a nice, great char taste. Cheese is great.
We've been standing here a while, yes, waiting for a char burger.
Is this like this just because it's Saturday?
No.
This is every day?
A nice sunny day. Yeah.
Oh, this is bananas. And in this case, bananas is good. So what do you call a joint that is an English pub with a little Filipino flair? You're right, this is George and the Dragon.
Got a Mary salad in the window?
Something different and unique, yet down to earth and in the neighborhood.
Battered green bean.
This is like the Cheers of South Minneapolis.
Got an Asian hangover.
Filipino flair on an English pub.
Yeah.
Something you hear every day.
Every day here since 2011, when this joint was opened by the Navarro family, Fred, Stacy, and Paco. They say, what kind of food is that? And you say it's...
Well, it is home cooking pretty much.
The kind of cooking that happens when fans of British culture mix it up with old family recipes.
My family is from Minnesota. Heritage is French and Irish.
Okay.
And both my parents were born and raised in the Philippines.
Got a curry in the window.
It's not just bar food, it's dinner food, it's brunch food.
Delicious food, that's for sure.
What's your favorite thing on the menu?
The bacon dip. Bacon onion dip?
It's one of those dishes you can have as a starter or a meal.
All right, so let's talk about this first dish.
So we'll make onion jab, which is gonna go into the bacon and onion dip. Little house oil in the pan. It's a blend of corn oil and olive oil. And then we add in sliced onions.
Sweat these down?
Yep, so they get nice and soft. A little sprinkle of salt. We're gonna sprinkle them over with some brown sugar.
Does anybody tell you that you have the voice and the calm demeanor of Barefoot Contessa? And next, I'll be adding the...
Little balsamic vinegar. And then we give it a little bit of water. We let it simmer for about 30 to 40 minutes until all the moisture is absorbed.
Okay.
And then we cool them down.
So we've got the cooled, caramelized onions. Where's the bacon?
Sorry, man. Bacon is coming. So we start with cream cheese. We're gonna whip this until it's nice and fluffy. We're gonna add our mayonnaise, our Worcestershire sauce, a little salt, cayenne pepper, Coleman's dry mustard, Parmesan cheese.
And then the caramelized onions.
And then the
When
caramelized
is
onions
the bacon gonna be coming into this? I'm calling Paco. I want to talk to my union rep.
You want to talk to the emperor?
Let this mix up. And this is a big-time favorite.
Big time favorite. So we're gonna scoop it, top it off with Parmesan cheese, and we're gonna put bacon on it.
Cooked, cold bacon goes on top in the oven.
We're gonna bake it at 350 for about 5 minutes.
This thing is coming out to the table, el smoldering hotto.
And we're gonna finish it off with some chives.
Ooh, this is like cheddar dip-ish. That's ridiculous. You know what, this should be illegal. It's not just onions and bacon. There's much more depth. I think you know what really makes it? Is that mustard.
Secret
Little tang of
ingredient.
that, better than good. Excellent, nice job.
Cool, thank you.
The bacon onion dip.
You got the creamy cheese, the crunchy bacon. You can't make it exactly like you can in George and Dragon.
Meet your new host. Here I am in the northwest region of Des Moines, Iowa, to check out a joint that's in the Beaverdale area. This is the Flying Mango. Crazy.
It's the best barbecue in the Midwest.
Sliced brisket sandwich.
The smell starts out in the driveway because you smell the smoker.
Fired up by chef and owner Mike Wedeking.
Old school, all wood. Built it myself about 20 years ago.
Built it myself.
Yep.
And since he opened in 2003, he's been dishing out cooking he learned down south to the folks in the Midwest.
This meat certainly holds up next to West Texas, Dallas, Austin.
Got a half rib dinner, red beans and rice.
The ribs are served Memphis style, and they have an awesome rub on them.
We're gonna make some ribs?
We're gonna make some rib rub first. A little paprika, onion powder, black pepper, salt, cayenne, celery salt, crushed red pepper flakes.
Whoa!
Garlic powder, ancho chili powder.
And that comes together for the rub. Would you like your ribs, sir? Baby backs. Okay, you gonna flip those, rub them down?
No, I don't do the backside.
That's it, you don't do the backside?
Nope.
Okay, so out to the smoker, and what are we smoking with?
Just cherry wood.
How long?
4.5, 5.5 hours, depends on the wind direction.
Next up, barbecue sauce. Ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, bum.
Worcestershire, apple cider, brown sugar, little lemon juice, little paprika, cayenne, black pepper, crushed red pepper, ancho chili powder, little celery salt, ground yellow mustard, onion powder, garlic powder.
What is the game called? Let's use everything we can at the Flying Mango?
Dissolve that a little bit. Ketchup. Simmer for 4 or 5 hours. We're done.
Looks good, man.
All right. The half slab of ribs, our sweet potato pancake, red beans and rice, the mango sour cream.
Okay. The rib is tender. It pulls off the bone, doesn't fall off the bone. Great dry rub. It's got great bark on it. Let's try a little sauce. Great tang, great acid, a little bit of sweetness, enough heat in there. You get another whole entree here with the red beans and rice. The sausage ratio to this is outstanding. That's a real package. It's straightforward. Nice job.
Thank you. We're known for our barbecue, but it's an eclectic mix of everything I like to eat. I don't have a fryer, and I don't do salmon, and I don't sell hamburgers.
So you made a menu about you.
Exactly.
Which means putting that smoker to use on one of his southern seafood specialties.
A catfish cake with collard greens.
Mike does an incredible job with catfish.
Just when you bite into the catfish cake, it's a little crunchy on the outside, and then you can just taste the vegetables on the inside.
Now we're into making
smoked catfish cakes.
Let's get into it.
Onion, celery, fresh red pepper, poblano chilies. You want a nice smoked catfish. I like them kind of chunky. into the bowl.
All right, so we're loaded up with catfish.
We've got ground coriander, black pepper, dried basil, ground cumin, a little salt, Creole mustard, mayonnaise. Now a couple of egg yolks.
Are we gonna bring the veg in now?
That'd be awesome.
So there we go. We'll put it all together. You break it down, still leaving some texture.
Yeah, I like nice chunks.
Yeah. All right, put this together. We're gonna do this in a pan?
We're gonna go that right on the flat top. Yep.
And what's this gonna get served with?
Organic collard greens.
You're gonna use any pig fat in there?
Yep. A little tarragon vinegar, some
Nice.
onion, dark brown sugar, fat cap off the smoked pork shoulder.
And how long are those gonna cook?
45 minutes.
Dig it.
Here's the cornbread.
Now the greens.
A little of the remoulade.
Wow. Delicious greens. Tender, and they got a nice bite to them. A little bit of that tarragon vinegar coming through. Those are just humongous chunks of catfish. It's delicate. It's big flavor. You couldn't make that any better.
It's absolutely my favorite thing to eat here.
That's about as real deal as it comes. Huh?
Thank you.
Well played. So, folks, I'm here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota with my good friend and chef, Justin Warner.
Listen, I got so excited that you were coming to South Dakota, my new home state, I thought I've got to get you exposed to our state nosh. I don't know why it's named this because Chislic has an arguable etymology. It might be Turkish, related slightly to shish kebab. So generally we think of meat on a stick, but here we deep fry it. Welcome to South Dakota, Guy.
And this is Urban Chislic.
Chislic started 150 years ago. People that had mutton figured out if we cook it this way, it kind of takes some of that gamey funkiness off of it, and we've just taken that and evolved it. Pork Chislic sandwich in the window.
What are we doing first?
Our barbecue base.
Okay.
Tomato sauce, brown sugar, molasses, Worcestershire sauce, soy sauce, liquid smoke.
The quadruplets of umami.
OJ, paprika, garlic powder, stone ground mustard.
Turn into a 3-hour cooking show.
Onion powder, dry mustard, fish sauce.
You took that right out of Justin's briefcase.
The quintuplets of umami.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Tamarind paste, salt and pepper, a little garlic salt, sugar. Let this get heated up a little bit. We're gonna split it up 3 ways.
It's the mother sauce to make a sweet sauce, and it's a mother sauce to make a spicy sauce.
Yep.
A theme in variations.
That's what I was gonna say.
We'll tighten it up a little slurry.
You know, I love hydrocolloids. Cornstarch is one of them. But you all knew that, right? Come on.
He uses words that you and I can't spell.
Yeah. And then we'll add our stuff to make it sweet.
Butter, brown sugar.
Honey.
Time for the famous Chislic.
Cut off a little bit of pork here.
Cubing it evenly is so that it all cooks at the same time and same temperature.
We don't skewer it? I heard the old thing was we skewered all Chislic.
The patron could be doing the skewering themselves via a toothpick.
Drop it in the fryer for right about 90 seconds.
All right, chef.
We're gonna make some coleslaw. It's gonna go on top of our sandwich. Some shredded green cabbage, mayo, red cabbage, some of our house honey mustard.
You make that also?
We do. Sugar, kosher salt. This is our house dry rub. We got white pepper, black pepper, garlic salt, onion powder, apple cider vinegar. We got our Chislic fried off. Right over to the flat top. Sweet barbecue sauce.
Taking Chislic to another dimension, right?
Totally. Chislic and cheese.
Swiss. Domi for my homie.
It's getting steamy.
Toast off a bun.
I'm very excited about this.
Slaw on it. Crispy onion strings. Drizzle a little barbecue on there.
All right, chef, one for you and one for me. Justin, tell me how this looks when I take a bite of it.
Sure, it's gonna look great.
All right, Justin, go ahead.
Well, really?
Watch me eat this. Well, that's lights out, bro.
It's all the flavors of a great pork barbecue sandwich, but with just texture after texture after texture.
The entire piece of pork is caramelized. You were talking about that. The cut was critical to make sure that you have the right ratio between how crispy it's gonna be on the outside and how tender and juicy it'll be on the inside. And it's the perfect balance of it.
The sweetness is there, but it's not overly sweet.
One element takes over the top. To me, the Swiss cheese. It's that little bit of funk that's in the back of it that ties it all together.
If you're not a fan of Chislic, this is like gateway Chislic.
Excellent. Out of the gate, dynamite.
Stuffed oysters down.
Grilled stuffed oysters is one of my favorite things here.
The flavor is just unlike anything I've ever had before. It's so unique.
Okay, so what's next?
We're gonna make oysters. In the stuffing, we put shrimp, octopus, and some blue crab meat.
That's my kind of oyster.
We're gonna cook some Spanish octopus. We're gonna need some mirepoix and some fresh garlic. comes all the way from Spain. They put them in these steel barrels, bunch of salt, you know.
So it's coming in pre-tenderized.
And we're just gonna cook it for about 20 minutes.
And it's good to go.
We're gonna cook some shrimp.
In that same broth.
This is all about flavor.
Let's see the magic, baby.
Blue crab meat.
Okay.
Cut this octo, chop our shrimp, onions, jalapenos, cilantro.
Everything's gonna be raw when it goes into
Yes,
this?
it's not gonna cook all the way through, so...
You get a little texture, got it.
Monterey cheese, our house seasoning, guajillo peppers, ancho peppers, sea salt, a little bit of garlic, olive oil.
The oysters that you're bringing in?
Come from Ensenada, Mexico. They are from the Cumiai family. They're like really nice and briny.
Got it.
And we get some of that mix.
How many of those come with an order?
6, 8, 12.
Keep counting, buddy.
24, whatever you want.
I like those numbers. Onto the grill.
We cover them.
These are not gonna be hot at all.
So they get cool really quick.
Yeah, they do.
About 30 minutes.
They get cool really quick, about 30 minutes or so. Wow. Hold, please. It's eating the end off the fork. It's that hot. Bro, what a combination. I mean, this is real deal. You had so much going on here, I really thought it was gonna interrupt the oyster. The oyster's dynamite. The ancho and the guajillo gives a nice warmth to it without being too hot, without stealing the seafood. The shrimp and the octopus both go perfectly.
It's a really a great combination.
It's your favorite bite of paella without the rice.
Without the rice.
Get me more of this. Well done, chef. You know, one of the things I love about Triple D, of course, is all the great food. But even more than that is the people that make the food, especially when they're immigrants and they come to the United States looking for that American dream. So I'm here in the Mountain Lookout neighborhood of Cincinnati, Ohio, to check out one such dream. This chef came from Malaysia when he was 41 years old. So he opens up this restaurant. But what people are saying, when you taste this menu, it's a one-way ticket to Malaysia. This is Sago.
Barbecue pork dry noodle.
Sago is this little hole-in-the-wall place. The food here is just like five-star restaurant.
Working the curry mee broth.
I'm always looking for authentic Malaysian food, and I found it here.
From Chef Paul Liu, who went from working as a skilled chef in Malaysia to firing things up in Cincinnati. You're doing Malaysian, which is an influence of Thai, Chinese,
Indian, all different countries.
Get a little geography lesson, folks.
One nasi lemak.
The best thing on the menu here is the Nasi Lemak and beef rendang.
It's curry beef stewed for hours.
Some sambal, pickles, a superb dish.
What are we making today?
Nasi lemak.
Nasi lemak?
Yes. We're going to pressure cook the beef knuckle for 35 minutes.
Lemongrass?
Lemongrass, water. Once it comes out, we will chill it, dice it before we put it into the braise.
What do we do next?
The fresh spice for the beef rendang. Oil, lemongrass, turmeric, galangal, onion. And then we have dry spice. Star anise first. I'm going to break it up.
Break the pot open, yeah.
Yeah. Cardamom,
coriander,
and black pepper.
Fennel,
clove,
and
cumin. Grind the dry spices.
Puree that for the beef rendang.
Yeah.
Next step.
Coconut rice.
Okay.
This is a jasmine and long grain rice mixture. Ginger, onions, lemongrass, pandan leaf, coconut milk, salt, MSG, and water.
Stir it up, let it cook, then we'll finish the dish.
Yeah, we put all this together and we have beef rendang.
Let's see it.
Fresh spice mix, chili powder, spicy chili powder. You can add more if you like it spicy. The liquid from the pressure cooker.
Okay.
Diced beef, dry spice, lime leaf, coconut milk, toasted coconut paste, salt, sugar. Then cook for 15 minutes.
What are we on to next?
Tamarind sambal, the chili sauce that goes on the nasi lemak.
Great.
Oil, lemongrass, onions, spicy chili powder. This is a tamarind.
Tanginess of the tamarind, got it.
Yeah, we'll put it back in the pan. Salt, sugar.
Smells so good.
Cook this until you can see the oil separate from the solids. 15 to 20 minutes.
15 minutes of torture. Next.
The spicy pickle, salt, sugar, water, vinegar, onion, cucumber, sweet pepper, carrot.
Okay.
All right, we're plating now. Peanuts, eggs, the spicy pickle.
Right.
Coconut rice, tamarind sambal. This is the beef rendang that we cooked. Toasted sesame seeds and fried onion. Traditionally, we eat it all mixed together.
It was such a beautiful dish, and now you have me destroying it. Oh, that is so good. Wow. You have to mix it together, because when you're biting into this and you get this tender beef with a little bit of spice, and you get a little bite of the pickle, and then the next thing you get spicy, that's really, really delicious.
Nasi Lemak and beef rendang.
You have this rich texture with the beef, the fluffiness of the rice.
You get some of the spice, and then you get the egg that can cool it down.
So now I'm gonna take you to a joint. There was an airplane hangar in World War II. Then it became a town hall. Well, then a plumbing shop. And of course, it evolved into a restaurant. Did I mention it's a Quonset hut? Eating good food in a Quonset hut.
Well, works for me.
Quonset huts were the big silver buildings the Army put up all over the country in the 40s and 50s. Half a century later, in Springfield, Illinois, this one's still standing as Charlie Parker's Diner.
Robin, small pancake.
Did you buy the building?
Yes. Girls order. My husband and I had come in here when it was a restaurant previously. He said, you know, I think we can do better than this. Hash brown. And I said, you know, I think you're right. And my Reuben basket and small cake.
So when the restaurant became available, Brenda Shirley and her husband made an offer.
You have what experience in the restaurant business?
None.
Just a dream.
You love to cook.
And they've made it work.
Hot sauce or anything, boys?
Cranking out big plates, like the Reuben Sandwich, homemade stuffed pork chops, overstuffed omelets, and a local specialty you can only find around here that a friend of mine told me I just gotta try.
T-Ray, Thomas Ray, one of my fraternity brothers. And he said, you know what, on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, you've gotta try the Horseshoe.
The Horseshoe, a huge combination of just about anything you can pile up on a couple pieces of bread.
It's just a hit in Central Illinois. It's just great.
That look the right size?
Sure.
Good cheese sauce is hard to find. Look at the size of that. Giddy up.
Giddy up.
The shoe was invented here in Springfield.
Shoe coming up.
Back in the 20s.
It's delicious.
2 pieces of toast, piece of ham on it, and the ham is cut in a horseshoe shape, and then a cheese sauce. The French fries were put on top as the nails in the horseshoe.
Wow.
Hamburger shoe.
Cheese sauce.
Some other folks will tell you the first shoe was actually made with hamburgers.
There you go, girls.
But these days, they'll make them with just about anything.
Prefer with the sausage gravy.
Breakfast shoe, over easy.
Eggs over easy and the hash browns.
It's a breakfast shoe. They all get 2 pieces of toast.
With scrambled.
Now he's gonna add the eggs.
That's a mess. Look at that.
Okay, there's a foundation of our horseshoe.
Bacon. Look at that.
There's no reason you should leave here hungry with something like this.
No siree. Half cheese, half gravy.
Oh, it's delicious.
And the American fries.
There you got one breakfast shoe.
Do you have a scale? Just the food alone is 3 pounds. So this is ready for the window?
That's ready for the window.
They'll crank out more than 3,500 breakfast shoes a year.
1,000 different variations.
They want it on whole wheat.
Hash browns.
Wheat toast. That makes it healthy, you know. Sausage patties, eggs over easy. Gravy. Eggs over easy and the hash browns.
You can have half and half.
You have 1 fried egg and 1 poached egg?
Sausage and gravy.
Scrambled eggs.
1 piece of rye, 1 piece of whole wheat?
And I'm not gonna have to eat anything the rest of the day.
But there's all those lunchtime shoes, too.
I'm waiting on my hamburger shoe.
Chicken, steak.
Breaded tenderloin shoe?
Yeah.
You can get fish.
People really get it with fish?
People really get it with fish.
Whatever they get it with. The heavy hitter for the lunchtime shoes is Brenda's homemade cheese sauce.
It's Brenda's secret recipe.
Whose recipe?
My mother's.
Okay, so what do? We get some flour, it goes down?
We're gonna make a roux.
You gotta keep moving it or you'll ruin it.
Ruin it. You want a nice creamy roux?
Now what?
Okay, add our milk.
Now just a little bit at first, right?
Yes. Cheese.
Nice and creamy.
Looks good. We have a special seasoning that we add.
Okay.
I can't give you the secret because that's what makes our cheese
Yes.
sauce.
It's hot.
A little bitey.
Yeah, that's good though. That's what people really dig.
And it's not just the shoes that are big here.
You gonna be able to finish?
Everything's big.
Look at that there.
Like a hot ham and cheese sandwich called a Slim Jim, stuffed pork chops, and a German specialty called rouladen from Brenda's mom's recipe.
It's a steak and it's rolled with garlic, onions.
A little bacon in there.
No.
Right out of the oven. Your mom wasn't doing you wrong on that.
And get a load of the pancakes.
That's a big pancake.
16-inch pancake.
16-inch? Did you know what you were getting into?
I didn't.
That'll make you proud. Now, how many ounces of batter do we put down for the Mondo cake?
About 18 ounces.
Which is bigger, the pancake or my head?
And way too much.
You can get 4 of them for $8. You eat it all, we buy it.
You got the best of me.
It did?
Yeah.
But in this big hut of big plates,
you can eat that, can't you?
Oh, yeah.
the king of the hill is still the shoe.
Probably eat half of it.
I cut it up and hope for the best.
I can eat them for breakfast, lunch, and supper.
You gotta make a special shoe for a buddy.
Okay.
I don't think bread by itself really says enough. I don't think it says I love you. Let's make one of those big pancakes. A ham steak, burger patty. How exactly will we be moving this? You actually have a pizza peel?
Pizza peel. Slide it under quick so it don't stick. There you are.
Oh!
Very nice.
That's a big one.
The ham, the patty. Do you want eggs on this?
How about 3 scrambled?
3 scrambled?
Very nice. What do we serve this on? Trash can lid?
We got a pizza tray.
Wow, that's hot. Sausage and bacon temple. Oh, yeah, I mean, you know.
Got to fit the palate there, yes.
Right in the middle. There we go. Because this side is more of the lunchy side of it.
Right.
Just hit that with some of that. Oh! Hot! We gotta get all 3 potatoes on there. He is so gonna thank me. I don't like to shake off any of the excess oil. Throw that on there.
I think it looks beautiful.
You think we should just go for it?
Go for it.
This is the whole horseshoe sandwich. Happy horseshoeing.
Yes.
That should at least cover you till lunch.
I'll still be eating it at lunch.
It's been 2 hours. How are you? Come on, loosen that shirt up. Get in there. So I'm here in Des Moines, Iowa. I say Iowa, what do you think? Exactly, pork. I say pork, what do you think? Barbecue. I say Des Moines, Iowa, I say pork, I think barbecue, and I think about that team that's won almost every barbecue competition there is, and they've got a restaurant. That's right, this is Smokey D's.
Barbecue nachos with pork.
Food here is phenomenal.
Half rack, bean and mac.
It is a bonanza of barbecue bliss.
Courtesy of champion barbecuers Darren Worth and Shad Curtin, 2 dudes who opened this joint in 2010. And at 11,000 square feet, well, I'm calling it the Swine Coliseum. This is nuts. 3 full-blown smokers, 24/7.
24/7.
That's a big Ferris wheel in Flavortown.
The brisket pork, the ribs are crazy.
And don't forget about the chicken.
Asian smoked wings?
They've got a real nice smoke flavor to them, and then they deep fry them. They've got a nice crunch at the end.
But the whole coop come with this order?
The whole coop.
No, I might. And I like that you cook your wing crispy. It's fantastic. Cherrywood plays in perfect. Great spice, nice balance, subtle, not overdone. Great job, brother. Great job.
Asian smoked wings?
The smoked wings are really juicy, really tender.
I love the Asian glazed sauce. It's fantastic.
You can see why they get awards for their food.
There are a lot of trophies around here. You know you're getting something good.
I'm really impressed that not only to see you in the barbecue competition circuit and how well you've done, but to see that you guys are the real deal, running your restaurant, making great food. Which means cooking up more than just Q.
Apple dumpling.
That apple dumpling is to die for. Just melts in your mouth.
It's even better than my grandmother's.
This is money. Well, you get that tang, you get a little bit of the crunch of the dough, then you get some of the soft dough that's cooked in the syrup the entire time. Apple dumpling gang rides again. This rocks.
Here's the apple dumpling.
Little tartness, a little sweetness. It's just the perfect combination.
Just like a little taste of heaven.
Tenderloin with fries.
It's just really a wonderful experience.
Order up in the window.
I love this place.
You have got a real nice variety on your menu. And the food's legit, man. You're the real deal.
Thank you.
No wonder you win all the time.
Meatball Sub.
It's a good, genuine Italian meatball sandwich.
And to make some meatballs.
All right, start with the veal.
Ground chuck.
Some sweet Italian sausage.
3 meats at a burger joint. Dude.
Eggs, breadcrumbs. We grind these from French baguettes ourselves.
I love it. Fresh basil.
Minced garlic, oregano.
Minced onions.
Parmesan cheese, pepper, salt, almond milk.
This is like Meatball 101.
It's all here.
Go for it. Together.
Let's make meatballs.
You gonna weigh them out?
No, we just kind of eyeball them.
That's a big one. That's a racquetball. So you put them on the tray, cook them off at 350.
Right.
Let them brown up. Now we're making the marinara for the meatballs.
Yes. We take our Roma tomatoes.
Boiled, peeled, seeded.
Pour it into the pot.
Whoa! was there for you every step of the way.
See that?
Just gonna let those tomatoes cook down for an hour.
Exactly.
Okay?
Now we're gonna saute onions, anchovies.
That's a new one. A whole mess of garlic. Like that. Let that all cook down.
That goes straight into the tomato sauce. Now we'll let this simmer for an hour and a half.
What's the final step?
Fresh herbs, oregano, parsley.
A mess of basil.
Salt and pepper. And then we stir it up. Then we add a can of tomato sauce.
Hit it with the immersion blender. We gotta get you a bigger one of those.
Yeah, I need a bigger boat. We let it simmer for about a half hour. Add Parmesan cheese.
That's the Parmesan. Everything's good to go?
Yeah, we're warming the meatballs up.
Reheat them on the flat top.
Right. While those are cooking, take our bread.
Put them on.
Lots of cheese.
Gonna throw that under the salamander.
Cheese is melted.
Nice. Yeah, look at those. That's a big portion. A little marinara
on top there.
Guess what? Hot. Oh, I got to cut it. Look at that. That's real good meatball sandwich. What's your last name?
Care.
O'Carleone?
Yeah, Leone.
O'Carleone, yeah, that's what I thought it was. So this meatball, nice and tender. The marinara is on point, especially the fresh herbs. Wild garlic, touch of that anchovy in there. Nice job, man.
Meatball Sub.
I love these sandwiches. Good marinara sauce.
It's delicious.
So we found a place where two buddies that went to school together built a place that everybody loves to go to. This is Pounds.
Chicken tendy melt in the window.
It's our go-to date night.
Great spot for food, drinking, dancing. Got your elote over, ready to sauce up.
Favorite thing on the menu?
I had never heard of a poutine, and they said that this place has gravy and fries and cheese curds all mixed in one. And I was like, what the is that?
Well, it's the kind of stuff Brandon Hers and Alan Cation are putting together after a journey that started in high school and ended as owners of this joint.
We actually didn't like each other in high school.
You didn't like each other in high school. That's a good way to start the business.
Well, we worked together in this place before it was Pounds. The offer came up to buy it, and we pooled together money really quick.
What's the food?
But we wanted to take good culinary foundation and apply it to, like, everyday
concepts.
Yeah. Pork or mac in the window.
The barbecue pork, mac and cheese, all around, just a very flavorful dish.
Oh, I think it's kind of a guilty pleasure, actually.
What dish are we making first?
Pulled pork on macaroni and cheese with barbecue sauce.
The health craze is taking over Fargo.
We're gonna make the spice rub for our pulled pork. Brown sugar, paprika, chili powder, cayenne, garlic powder, onion powder,
kitchen sink,
dried oregano, coriander, cinnamon, nutmeg,
fenugreek,
dry mustard powder,
sumac,
chipotle powder.
Nothing else you want to add to it? Why weren't you guys friends in high school?
Well, I didn't get the seat at the cool kid table.
Well, who's the one on the show right now?
The tables have turned, yeah.
Oh, how you enjoying the lobby?
We're gonna take our pork. We score it a little bit. We want the salt to be in every little square inch.
Really work its way through.
Yeah. Black pepper as well, pork rub. Now we're doing the mustard. This has vinegar in it, which is gonna help break down a lot of the connective tissue that we have here.
We're gonna grill it with the mustard.
That's correct.
Okay.
It's like that char flavored. Now we're gonna get our braising liquid together. Beer, cola, cider vinegar, some Worcestershire, liquid smoke.
A lot of it.
Salt.
Pour this in.
Braise this for about 2.5 hours, just until you can shred it.
Dig it. Next up, mac and cheese.
Half and half.
In the double boiler, so it doesn't have direct flame contact, so it doesn't burn it.
Heavy cream, cream cheese, shredded white American cheese.
Do you think you want to get a bigger pot, Chef?
Shredded cheddar, no. It'll mix. Got to give it some time.
Oh, I'll get the time for you. What do you want?
No, I need my assistant back.
Alan!
You're into Gouda? All right.
It's so Gouda.
A little Guy bird feeder. Just put some Gouda out there. Now we're gonna make our little sauce mixture for the mac sauce. Buffalo sauce, salt, pepper, onion and garlic.
Stir that up.
Add it to our sauce. Take our immersion blender and make sure everything gets incorporated properly.
What do we have left?
Barbecue sauce, ketchup, Dr. Pepper, Worcestershire, cider vin, brown sugar, paprika, cayenne, chili powder, garlic powder, onion powder, bay leaves, salt. Bring it up to a boil and then simmer for about a half an hour.
Gosh, there's a lot of ingredients in this monster.
Take a little bit of oil, pork, let this sear off. Noodles into our mac sauce, plate our pork sauce.
This comes with a side of treadmill. Pickled jalapenos. It's a dynamite dish. Everything's gotta be right. Any one part of this not being right, you just put two sides together and call it a main dish. That's right on top of right and added some more right. The pork is delicious and not dried out. The barbecue sauce has got fantastic tang and not overly sweet. The mac sauce Gives you that thin, silky, creamy texture. And the real kicker to the whole thing is the diced jalapenos, a little bit of the acidity, a little bit of the heat. Delicious dish. I mean, like, really have to take it away from me. I want to eat it all kind of dish. So here I am in Cleveland going to another one of your favorites, Melt Bar and Grill.
I need some cheese, please.
You don't hear of a place that just has grilled cheese.
Tell me this place is not off the chain.
Dude, it's bomb, man.
Got a purple Parma going up.
West Side Monte Cristo. It's delicious.
Hot Italian for you?
It's amazing. The food's really good and really awesome grilled cheese sandwiches.
It's the best in Cleveland. I'm a big fan.
So's my Aunt Polly.
The creativeness is just awesome.
Yep, grilled cheese done more than 30 different ways.
Chorizo potato.
By chef and owner Matt Fish,
Parma, Italy working.
who just can't give up his childhood favorite.
I think we can stick anything inside of it and it's still considered a grilled cheese sandwich.
Peanut butter, banana, cream cheese.
Peanut butter banana.
The blackened chicken for you, sir?
When I come here, I only get the big popper.
We got a big popper heading our way.
Kind of like a jalapeno popper, just sandwich form.
Take it for a test drive, my friend.
Wow, dude, that's hot. That tastes like a jalapeno popper. There's even one stuffed with this local favorite.
Giant potato pierogi on there.
Parmageddon.
Parmageddon is so Cleveland.
Why does it get called Parmageddon?
First suburb outside of Cleveland going south is Parma. Parma is the Polish hotbed in Cleveland, and pierogies is a main staple.
Okay.
We're gonna start with our grilled bread every time. Turn our saute pan on. We're gonna add our vegetable oil. We're gonna brown our pierogies. They're just fresh potatoes, a good hearty cheddar cheese in there. So we brown them real nice on both sides. Add our grilled onions.
Flambe grilled sandwiches.
Look
You never see
out,
that.
girls. Nice soft cabbage for us. Oh, this is the kraut spice that we made earlier today.
Okay.
Vodka. And then our some cider vinegar, and that's it. All we're gonna do is just let this get happy, happy, happy.
You are crazy.
I try, man.
I'm telling you, Michael Simon, Eric at Momocho, Heather at Lucky's, and now this cat, I don't know about this town. Crazy people. Okay, so
This is gonna reduce, all the liquid's gonna be gone.
I'm gonna flip the bread.
Oh, please do. Some sharp cheddar cheese goes on both sides of the bread. We do approximately 4 ounces of cheese on every sandwich.
Yeah.
Pierogies down first. All that good caramelization and goes on top.
Easy.
Flipping that bad boy onto the tray, into the meltification machine.
Yes.
3 to 5 minutes in that oven to get this to be the perfect grilled cheese sandwich. All right, let's do this, man. Boom.
Oh, man. Out of bounds. Crunch on the bread, fantastic. Pierogi, great. But the cabbage with the vodka and the cider, it's over the top and around again over the top.
Oh, thank you.
That is one of the best grilled cheese I've ever had. You know who I have to bring in here? Now, Polly, tell me what you think of this.
That's the bomb. Bursting with flavor.
Oh, thank you.
Bursting.
Bursting.
I'm about 8 blocks south of the famous Wrigley Field on Sheffield Avenue. Now, this is the avenue where everybody stands when someone hits a home run and they run them for the ball. But we're not here to talk about baseball. We're not even here to talk about Chicago dogs. We're here to talk about burgers that are right on. This is DMK Burger Bar. Head chef Michael Cornick is cranking out real deal burgers and homemade sides like a truffle aioli for the fries. Let's get this going. Truffle aioli.
A couple of egg yolks and get this emulsion running with just a little bit of the lemon juice. And then we're gonna start with virgin olive oil.
So how often are you doing the...
Well, we do a big batch once every 3 days.
By hand?
Yeah, but we've got a lot of guys. Now we're gonna add the white truffle oil. You'll smell it as soon as it hits the bowl.
Look good?
That's pretty close.
A little salt.
Yep. Add pepper.
Some lemon in that.
Yeah, a little bit.
Aioli's done. Time to do the fries. Give me the rundown.
We're gonna start with some Idaho russet potatoes, and we're have them well aged by our vendor.
Interesting.
We're looking for a potato that's been aged, 3 or 4 months at least.
Because we know when we don't have that, we end up getting fries that cook too fast, brown up too fast because you're burning the sugars and the fry's not really cooked and it doesn't work.
We put them in a French fry cutter, 3/8 inch cut. We wash them, then we drain them.
So 3 different fryers.
We're blanched in beef fat.
Down at 250, and how long will they go?
They'll go about 4 minutes or so.
The fries are blanched. Let them hang out on the tray.
And then they're finished in beef fat. 3 minutes or so.
But you got to be delicate with them because when they're this soft, they can break into a lot of little pieces. And no sitting there stirring them with tongs.
Right. Take them until they're nice and golden brown. And then as soon as they go in the bowl while they're still a little bit wet, we want to season them up with salt, pepper, a little bit of Parmesan cheese.
I like it.
A little bit of parsley for color. And they go on a large plate. And serve with the truffle cream.
Crunchy, exterior, tender,
Such a richness. More importantly to me than anything, skin on. See, I like pepper on my fries, too. The aioli, nice. It melts right into the fries. I mean, real deal, man. Real deal. You're gonna have a gourmet burger joint, you better serve up a gourmet fry.
Right?
Excellent.
Truffle fry up.
Great fries.
Great fries. Here are the Parmesan truffle cream fries.
They're crispy, but they're soft in the middle.
Real potato taste. Truffle is delicious.
The cream is kind of sweet, and with the cheese on top of the fries, it's kind of tangy.
It's just a very rich taste.
So I'm here in Kansas City, Missouri. You do not roll into this town without calling the head coach of the Kansas City Chiefs, Coach Reed, and say, listen, buddy, where are we gonna eat?
We're going to a butcher shop that's also the greatest sandwich shop you've ever eaten at.
The real deal.
The real deal.
What's it called?
The Pig Witch.
By the way, Gruden gave me his permission. Come on, Coach.
Yeah. Go Chiefs.
Walking in, bun meat.
It's just so fantastic.
Do you want some pork chops today?
Over at the local pig section, you can get all of your locally sourced meats. Pig Witch is the restaurant portion.
You can get sandwiches, burgers.
It's all good Kansas City growth, man. We're sitting here in farm country and we're getting the freshest farm there is.
And for Alex Pope, this means a roster of all-star meat. Were you trained as a butcher?
I was trained as a restaurant chef. I started bringing in whole animals because I wanted the best quality products for my restaurants.
What's your restaurant's theme?
Everything's a sandwich, mostly beef and pork.
If you're into pig, get the big pig.
Big pig in the window. So we're gonna make our big pig.
Better not be any reference about any present company. What's our first step?
The house barbecue rub.
For the pork butt that we're getting ready to smoke.
Sea salt, brown sugar, paprika, garlic powder, ground cumin,
black pepper,
ancho chili, a little wild card, ground ginger. We actually like to let it rest overnight.
Very nice. And what are we smoking with?
Hickory wood. 250 for 5-ish hours. Pull it off, and we put it through our meat grinders on the kidney die, which gives us big chunks. Add ground pork.
Cook raw, coming together.
A little bit more of our barbecue rub, minced garlic, ground bacon trimming from the butcher shop, kitchen patty.
8 ounces?
5 1/2.
That's big.
And boom.
Next step, what are we into?
Pork tenderloin.
No, wait. I'm no butcher, but
those are bone-in chops. Tenderloin is almost always not an actual tenderloin. It's a tender, 2 words, loin. To tenderize it a little bit more, we do a buttermilk brine. Hot water from the tap, salt, garlic powder, black pepper, fresh rosemary, ice-cold buttermilk.
Brine for how long?
24 hours up to 48 hours.
Got it.
Standard breading, so we're going flour, whisked eggs, and breadcrumbs.
Fry that off, and we're getting a couple sauces on this?
We're gonna do a barbecue sauce. We're gonna do a ranch.
Let's see it.
So we've got eggs, salt, sour cream.
You wanna do the drizzle?
Yeah. All right, baby.
Canola oil. Fresh rosemary, scallions, minced garlic, celery seeds, fresh sage,
little vinegar,
and a little bit of brown mustard. Fresh ranch dressing.
Are you hungry?
I brought my towel. I'm ready.
So we got our pulled pork burger, 3 cheeses, pepper jack, cheddar, provolone.
I don't even know that you have a board big enough to list everything that is on this.
So we're gonna start with ranch. Top bun gets our andouille spread, which is a spicy, spreadable salami. Our house barbecue sauce. B&B jalapenos.
Bread and butter pickle, B&B.
B&B. First.
Oh, yeah.
Second. Third. Grab yourself some, guys.
Here's looking at you, brother. Don't go too far with those fries.
You know how to do the hunch?
Oh, baby, I got it down.
Oh, look at that! Oh, he owns this. Wow.
I love the crisp on the pork, and I'm loving the patty. 3 cheeses, man, blend perfect. How about the jalapenos? Man alive.
Bread and butter jalapenos is my new favorite thing. The ranch dressing, you need that cooling, creaming effect. My favorite part of the whole thing, though, is the pulled pork patty.
My favorite part is eating it.
Go back ahead, Coach. I gotta give him an A+ on hunch, though, huh? Here I am in Omaha, Nebraska. In 1914, a Belgian immigrant put up this building and opened up a pharmacy. He later passed it on to his son. Well, decades later, his son retires, and it looks like the Bogart family legacy is gonna end on this corner. Well, that is until the grandson stepped up and said, I'll take a shot, move back from Miami, and reopen the place his way, as a taqueria.
2 beef hard shells.
Serving all the classics.
Chicken chimichanga. That's great.
Beef enchilada.
Great food.
But the heavy hitter
One more beef.
is something Brad Bogart calls the California taco.
There we go.
Even though he discovered it on a trip to the Caribbean.
It's that puffy shell taco.
That he brought to Omaha.
No lettuce.
When he decided to settle down and open this joint in the old family building.
Beef taco coming up.
Just one hitch.
Never worked at a restaurant before in my life.
Never worked at one.
Went down to the Mexican grocery store. Pollo, chicken.
They started giving you
Yeah,
ideas.
they would point at what to use. Oh, there's the tortilla recipe.
And that's how you start making tortillas.
Yeah.
Give me the rundown.
Start with wheat flour, little sea salt, baking soda.
So that's gonna give it some of the leavening.
Vegetable shortening. Then some hot water. Shake this baby up.
So once the dough works,
You gotta knead that dough.
Now, who taught you how to do this?
Nobody. Me. Throw my dough now. We put it in the bun divider.
Look at that. What is that? Circa 1840?
Patent 1931.
Wow.
Into the slot. Confinement ring.
Because you will stay in there.
Pull it down. When we hit the button, knives drop down. Activate.
Really?
Up.
Wow, look at those little biscuits of friendship. Now you go ahead and roll these out by hand.
Exactly. Power it up. And we don't do it until we get your order.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. You can make them ahead of time and just wax paper.
Good. I want their tacos tasting like I want my tacos.
So that's it. Now we can stuff it with whatever we want.
Steak, chicken, beef.
Now this is what we're gonna use to make the carne asada?
Steak, exactly. Take it over the slicer. Put the spices together. A little black pepper, sea salt, onion salt, cayenne pepper, the oregano, which
I like the seasoning mix on that. And then we grill it?
Open flame.
Medium rare on both sides so it doesn't dry out?
You got it. And after it cools, then we slice it. If you slice it right away,
We'll lose all the juice.
Exactly.
That's some pretty good carne. These get popped inside of here?
Right.
That's a healthy little portion. And that's it. Bye-bye, let's fry.
Let's do it.
After it's done cooking, you let it drain a little bit of the oil.
Do you see what she looks like? That takes a little something.
Look at that.
Lettuce. We shred our own cheese.
Queso. Look at that. That's outstanding. Meat's got great flavor, crunchy. Look at all the juice in there. Killer. Do I look like I just took a bath in that or what? Wow, that's good. Nice job, man.
Appreciate that.
Good texture. It's got a great taste to it.
Tasted homemade.
My mom didn't make them this good.
That's kind of like the seal of approval. We got to make that tung-tung sound. Tung-tung. So when I'm cruising the quad at the University of Michigan in my Max 67 Camaro, a question comes to mind. Where should I eat? Now, if you ask anybody in the student body where to go for the bomb burger, they're going to say, Crazy Jim's Blimpy Burger.
Regular buns.
What you having, girlfriend?
I need 2 doubles.
It's the best burger you can get.
Just tastes better than anything else.
That's the tribbles.
Next. You love the Blimpy, don't you?
What do you want?
I want a bacon, lettuce, and tomato.
B-L what?
At this joint, you may know what you want.
No, like I want a hamburger with bacon, lettuce, and tomato.
No!
But you better know how to say it.
You want a double with bacon on it, okay?
Yeah, that's what I want.
There you go. That's what you want.
And you've got to order in order.
What are you having, sir?
Sides,
5, 6, 7, 8.
then size,
How many patties did you say you wanted?
then grilled toppings and bun
You have nothing grilled on yours, sir? Why not?
before you even think about choosing your cheese.
American.
What I want to know is, do you want a bun? That's real important to me.
God, I'm nervous for you.
I know.
I'm already to have a nervous breakdown. We only made 2 patties.
Yeah!
Daviaski's been doing this forever.
I just love this job. I'm gonna kick me. I got you, baby.
How long have you been doing this?
I was 14 when I started working here.
Alongside Rich Magner,
What do you want on your burger?
who was a college kid at the time.
And I worked part-time off and on for 4 years.
When Rich came back and bought the place more than 2 decades later, he changed almost nothing.
Yeah.
From ordering etiquette,
Anything grilled extra when I'm cooking it?
No, ma'am, thank you.
it's not the military, yes sir, no ma'am, to the burgers themselves. From singles to a stack of 5.
Okay, then I'm a queen.
Or any size you want.
Could I get 10 and a Kaiser?
You go, baby.
And with almost 30 toppings, cheeses, and buns to choose from,
Do you have it on this?
the possibilities will fry your brain.
Got a quad on onion with bacon.
Triple with bacon, banana peppers.
Double on onion, Swiss cheese, banana peppers, pickles, and ketchup. Anything grilled extra when I'm cooking it?
No, thank you.
Good. I don't want to do it anyway.
And don't be fooled by the floor show.
Lean back. Hey.
These are the real deal burgers.
Outstanding. Absolutely awesome.
I mean, the real foundation, you believe, of this meat is fresh ground by you every day?
Yeah, we're gonna double grind.
Okay.
Never been frozen.
Now we're gonna make them into the 10 balls per pound, which is 1.6 ounces a ball.
That's right, 8 ounces for 5, which is 16 ounces for 10. We go through easily 500 pounds a week.
500 pounds.
That's 2 tons a month. Some are quints, some are doubles.
Okay, what kind of burger would you like?
I need a double with hot peppers, onions, pumpernickel. I need a triple, bacon, sesame bun.
She has no idea what's coming.
Can I get a quint, onions, peppers, bacon, salami, and mushrooms?
Yes. If I forget it, you just eat it.
Look at that.
Mayonnaise, mustard, ketchup, lettuce, pickle, onion, and relish. There you go.
Baby burger, mommy burger, go to the hospital burger.
I'm gonna start with the little one, huh?
That meat is so tender. Wow, that's tasty. The cheddar, the peppers,
The beauty is layering it. You get all your flavors mingling just the right way.
I don't know where to post up on this thing. Look at the Festival of Funk. So much salami, call my mommy.
That's one of our biggest expenses is the napkins.
Now, I'm here to check out this place where a dude from Newport, Rhode Island, ended up coming to Kansas City to open up a taco place and do tacos his way. This is Kansas City Taco Company.
Cowboy Junkie burrito up.
The Cowboy Junkie is Kansas City in a burrito. It's just stuffed with pork, cheesy, delicious.
What are we getting into first?
Smoking our mesquite pork.
I don't even want to know what this is.
Makeshift smoker.
Very strange. We're not going to season the pork at all.
It's going on just like it is.
Okay, so just an hour to perfume it with the smoke.
Then it's going to get a wet rub on it. We're going to start off with some chipotle and adobo, ground oregano, ground black pepper, garlic powder, salt, olive oil.
Well, I'm telling you what, this is going to be lacking any flavor by any means. Garlic.
Red bell pepper.
This is one of the funkier taco meats that I've come across, by the way.
Julienne onions.
Okay.
Add some cold water. Throw it in the oven at 250 overnight, 10, 12 hours. Now we're gonna do our chorizo. We got our ground picnic pork, which is like the arm and the shoulder, oregano, cinnamon, cloves, cayenne pepper, coriander, cumin, salt, pepper, a little bit of sugar to sweeten that up, garlic powder, chili powder, paprika.
I like when the seasoning gets 50-50 on the meat. That's where we're at right about now.
Pureed chipotle and adobo.
Okay.
Apple cider vinegar. Let it rest overnight.
What's our final step before we build the burrito?
Queso blanco.
Okay.
Red onions, salt, help those babies sweat up. Milk, our cheese.
Nothing happier than a big bucket of processed cheese. That is a lot of queso.
Cream here. Serrano peppers all charred up with some milk.
So this is gonna cook down.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's see it.
Flour tortilla, chorizo. We actually throw the mesquite pork on top of that so those juices flow together. Roll it up.
See those little moves he did right there? Little push, pull, mate.
Drop it in the fryer.
That's nice. Comes with a gym membership.
Do a nice bed of our Spanish rice. The Cowboy Junkie burrito in the center of that. Queso blanco.
There we go.
Spicy bacon pinto beans. Fresh pico de gallo, cilantro. That's your Cowboy Junkie right there.
You know what that's lacking?
No.
Nothing. Brother, you are the flavor man. It's balanced, delicious heat. The beans are definitely a plus. You got smoke in the pork. The queso, it's creamy, silky. Love the pico on there. That's a really good burrito.
All right, when are we rolling that junkie? The Cowboy burrito happens to be my favorite thing on the menu. Tons of flavor.
You can't come to Kansas City without running into this guy, my good buddy Stan from OBR, Operation Barbecue. And these folks deploy barbecue rigs anywhere there's a disaster.
We've got about 8,000 volunteers.
It's an amazing group. Now, let's be honest between you and me. This guy built his own smoker and put it on the flat top. What kind of smoke are you getting on that pulled pork?
It's great. You telling me that it's off of the cooktop, I wouldn't have believed you.
Did you know they have one of the only copper-covered, wood-fired French pizza ovens, a Le Pagnol, at this place where they're doing off-the-hook pizza? This is Pizzeria Lola.
A lot of unusual flavors.
Macaroni up.
I'm a Chicago boy, and I'm on pizza. This is right up there with the best in Chicago.
There's attitude in every single pizza.
Sliced and served up by owner Ann Kim, who grew up learning to cook from her Korean grandma before discovering another passion a little later in life.
Margarita up! I lived in New York for 7 years, spent most of it while I was in college eating pizza.
Now she's back home in Minnesota, topping artisan crust with savory ingredients. But she's also got her eye on the FM dial and rocking a classic.
Here's your macaroni.
Just kind of like a meat overload.
Is that where it's from?
Yeah.
How are we gonna start the dough?
We make a poulish. For me, it's all about the dough and the slow rise and the fermentation.
Let's see it.
First thing we're gonna do is add some water, a teeny bit of yeast, and then the flour.
Now we mix this up?
Yep, for about 5 or 6 minutes until it's nicely incorporated, no lumps. And then we let it sit about 17 hours in the basement.
Make one for today that we're gonna use for tomorrow.
Yep, exactly.
Take it. Okay, poulish is ready.
Yes.
Oh, if they made cologne, this should be the Guy Fieri brand of cologne.
Eau de Pou. We're gonna dump the poulish in. Look at that. Next, we're gonna add Italian flour, and then some more yeast, some cold water, and last, some Italian sea salt.
We're gonna let this proof up?
Yes, and now we'll mix her up.
10 minutes?
The key is to mix it just enough. You don't want to get the glutens too stretchy and tight. Cover it up, let it sit for about 10 minutes, cut it into 9-ounce dough balls, put it into a dough tray, and then put it in the cooler overnight.
So this isn't a 24-hour dough, this is a 48-hour dough.
Yep, it's a 2-day process.
Oh, it's gonna have really nice yeasty flavor.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to open a bakery.
Yeah.
And call it the Yeasty Boys.
I like it.
West Coast.
Minnesota.
So give me the rundown. What are we making?
We're making our house-made fennel sausage. We have ground Berkshire pork. We add toasted fennel seed, fresh chopped garlic,
So chili flake?
salt, and freshly ground pepper, which we grind ourselves, of course.
You have to.
Yep.
She's saying all the things there. It's like music.
We massage the pork.
This is gonna make a happy pizza.
And then we're just gonna flatten it out a little bit. 400 degrees.
15, 20 minutes?
Yep.
Got it. Next up.
Our house red sauce. Start off with some fresh ground California tomatoes.
Stanislaus?
Yes. How'd you guess?
From Cali.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, west side. And then Stanislaus, red pear tomatoes, tomato puree, salt, dried basil, dried oregano, granulated garlic, a little bit of onion powder. Whisk her up.
Wish I could get some of this to go. Next up.
Let's make a macaroni.
No throw?
No, that's just for show.
You don't believe centrifugal force has anything play in it?
Maybe, but you know, this is just a 9-inch pizza.
Oh, okay, well.
The house red sauce, Wisconsin, mozzarella, fennel sausage that we made earlier, natural casing pepperoni.
Audio bypass? Adios.
Stick it in the oven.
So we're running the deck right around, what'd you say?
Between 550, 600.
Okay.
Yep, they cook fast. You don't have to wait long for a pizza pie here.
Still a final crisp on it?
Oh, yeah, all right.
Look at that right there. Oh, look how thin that is. We got this heirloom pork with the real fat and the real flavor, and the fennel's rocking this. A lot of people say, oh, sausage and pepperoni. I've had that all the time. This is way beyond your everyday pizza joint on the corner, sausage and pepperoni. You gotta try this one.
It's the most heightened, delicious pepperoni sausage pizza you've ever had. You're like, this is what pepperoni is supposed to taste like.